Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is my basic zombie tutorial for my Halloween 101 series. In this video I'm going to show you how to get this gruesome, horrible zombie style look. Don't forget to give this a huge thumbs up if you like it and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so to begin I've tied my hair up just to keep it out of the way for now. I've cleansed, toned and moisturised my face as usual, but I'm not priming. I want to keep all of this redness, all these purple shadows and everything ready for our zombie skin. The more imperfect the better. I am however just going to conceal just a few of my blemishes. So I'm taking my Collection Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Concealer in the shade Fair, obviously. And just going to dab that on any of my blemishes and some. I'm just going to take my beauty blender and just tap that in. I'm careful not to get any of this redness that is naturally on my chin, because again I just want to play on my natural colourings, as zombie skin will not be perfect at all. So next guys, I'm going to go with my Mayron liquid latex. Okay guys, before I actually apply the liquid latex, just remember to patch test your skin at least 24 hours before you do this, and anybody you might be applying it to as well. Latex has a lot of people that are allergic to it, so I wouldn't want to come with an allergic reaction. It doesn't matter too much for this look if you can't use the liquid latex. I mean, you don't have to do the cuts and what we're going to do, you can just do the painting that we're going to do after this, but this is just an extra step for those that want to. So I'm going with just a normal cotton ball. I'm going to push through the middle and unroll it like this. I'm going to tear a small piece off. Then we're going to take a little sponge, just like this. You can get cheap sponges. This was an Eco Tool sponge that I got in my Birchbox. There's 4 of them, so I thought, why not use it? So I'm just going to begin by putting a thin layer on my skin, making sure that the skin that you are applying this to is clean. And it does start to feel a bit weird. And then we're just going to start laying the cotton down. I'm just taking this small piece, pressing it down lightly, just where I want it. Just going to take our sponge, some more latex, and just start to really cover that in the latex. Now this really doesn't have to be perfect, we just want texturized skin and to make it look like our skin is starting to come away from our face. And you just want to blend as much as you can. Okay, I'm just going to take a spatula and just start blending the edges down. Now with the cotton and latex you can create all sorts of cuts and stuff. I'm just trying to make texture on my face, just so in places it looks like we are decaying. And here I'm just going with my palette knife and pulling it so we can get these bits that are actually starting to stick out from my face, and just make our flesh look like it's rotting. So just carry on this method all over your face until you get the desired look that you want. Dry it. You can air dry it, or to speed up the process, just take your hairdryer in a low setting. We don't want to burn our faces. Okay, so once you are sufficiently dry, you might start feeling a little bit stiff. I'm just going to powder with the Grimace translucent powder. I'll just take it on a big fluffy brush and just powder the latex, just to take off any shine, any stickiness. So just try and tone down the whiteness of the latex. I'm just going to pop a bit of the concealer on this. Just concealer in my colour, just to try and blend it a little bit more into our actual skin tone. We are going to go paint this anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Next I'm going to take just a lighter foundation. I've actually gone for white because I'm really pale, obviously. I think I say that in every video so far. So I've gone with a white foundation. You can go just a couple of shades lighter than yourself. I'm from this white. I'm using my air-based one. This is actually used for airbrush makeup. I like this though because it's going to be quite sheer and I don't want it to be like face paint white. I just want to look a bit more dead. Well, more dead than I look usually. I'm just taking my beauty blender and popping that all over my face. Again, I'm not really worrying too much about how blended this is, just because I do want it to just be quite grim looking. I don't want it to be perfect. I'm going to go in my SFX Skin Illustrator palette. It's just the alcohol activated paint. You can use water activated paints if you like. You don't have to use obviously this. It is quite a more expensive product. Again, just taking 99% alcohol, and I'm just taking this sort of pointy brush. I do use specific brushes when I'm doing special effects looks, just because I don't want to ruin my nice brushes. So I'm going in with a mixture of the 3 dark reds from that palette and just starting to place it into the divots and the ridges. And so again, this does not have to be perfect in any sense. You know, we're zombies. We're not going to have perfectly beautiful looking skin. And also try not to be too precise with your placement, because obviously cuts aren't going to be like straight lines or anything like that. Okay, so once you have painted all of your cuts, you know, all different tones, make sure it's nice and blended, we're going to go in and do our actual skin. Take the end of this beauty blender. I'm just going to start giving it some texture. Obviously around the eyes and mouth, just be careful. I'm going to start painting all around my eyes, mouth, just really bruising it, deepening it up, making it look like I'm one of the undead, basically. So first off, I'm going to start with a purple toned eyeshadow. Obviously you choose whichever tone you want. Actually, I can't hold this up very well because unfortunately one of my shadows is broken in it. This is just some Morphe eyeshadows. I've put them in a Z palette. It's got a really nice toned purple. I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush, tap that into my product and just start bruising around the eyes. Really getting into the hollow of that eye. And just dragging it sort of over the lid to make the colour not quite as dark, but still to give our eyes that are sunken in appearance. Next, on a fluffy brush, I'm actually going to take the black from the Safe Does Nails palette. I believe it is called Nightmare. Fitting for this look. And just a very small amount on a little fluffy brush like this, just to sort of deepen the eyes. Again, this really doesn't have to be neat. Okay, so I'm going to just leave my eyebrows. Unfortunately, I don't think there will be many zombies with their eyebrows on fleek, which really pains me. So the next thing, I'm going to take this fluffy brush, just a nice large one again, and just that same purple, and I'm going to pucker my lips, just so we can get all the sort of lines. And I'm also just going to start putting some around the sides of my mouth, just to make that look like it's starting to decay as well. And again, just some on my nose. So we just want our skin to look really dead. Just adding some irritation around the rotting flesh. Okay, so on my waterline I'm going to put some red. You can use a red eyeliner. Fortunately I haven't actually got one, so I'm going to use my MAC in Cherry. I don't recommend putting lip liners in your eyes, but do so at your own risk. Just take a little bit outside your waterline and really smudge it in. So next comes the fun part. Next is the fake blood. So I'm going to go in with this Mayron coagulated blood. And this stuff is super gloopy. It looks like syrup. I'm just going to take this on my Mayron flat brush. Again, I do set aside some brushes, especially for special effects work, just because it can be quite messy. It can ruin and stain your brushes. And I'm just going to start placing this in the deeper cuts. Next, I'm just going to place some around the mouth area, and I'm also going to take some just coming out of one side of the nose. And I'm going to take some on this textured sponge and just start adding a bit of texture and adding some Mayron Stage Blood. This is syrup base. There's not much left. I think it's been leaking. And then I'm going to take some squirt blood. Now this is really liquidy, so just make sure there's nothing around you that is going to get the blood on it. So next I'm going to take this Mayron Tooth Effects. This is mouth safe. Get it online if you want. This is just an extra step just to finish off the look. So now you need to dry your teeth. It doesn't taste great. So guys, this is the finished look. I hope you like it. It's just a super easy, basic zombie kind of look. You can also, I mean, you could dress anything like this. You can take any of these techniques, place them anywhere on your body. So linked down below as well is going to be my other Halloween 101 from my first video that I did, and then I've got one more in this series too, which will also be linked down below once it's done. So if you do like what you see, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.